Well, tonight we're out at Central Park, Lexington in the city of Roseville, Minnesota, celebrating our annual Family Night Out celebration, which is always the day before National Night Out or Night to Unite activities taking place across the United States. And this is just one more way for the community to get together, to talk with their neighbors, to meet the police department, meet the fire department. The Ramsey County Sheriff's Department is here, State Patrol helicopter, our SWAT unit, and a lot of other great partners to get out, see your neighbors again, see public officials, get a chance to ask questions, maybe get some free stuff, get your face painted, things like that. A lot of fun stuff tonight because it's great weather.
We're here at Central Park in Roseville for Family Night Out. Tonight the fire department showed up. We have 16 firefighters, a few chiefs and myself, and we brought the ladder truck, which is behind us right now, the 105-foot Pierce, and then we brought a couple engines, our new our new utility truck, and our medic. Well, one of the things about tonight's so exciting is that we actually get to meet people instead of during an emergency call or 3 o'clock in the morning. We actually get to meet them kind of casual. They get to check the trucks out, meet the firefighters, and realize that we're nice people too, and we're just not rushing through your house trying to put the fire out or things of that nature.
Yeah, this is just another way the police department partners with the city of Roseville, the residents, the businesses, and things like that, because your police department can't function without the community involvement. It takes a village to raise a village, and we need that. It takes a village to police a village the same way. So we really rely on everybody to get together, know your neighbors, call us when something doesn't look right, pay attention to what's happening in your neighborhood, and just give us a call. This is a way to talk to police officers where it's not your worst day. It's not a time that you got in a car crash. It's not a time that your house was burglarized. This is the place that you're choosing. You can come and talk to an officer, talk to a sergeant, talk to a detective, things like that, just to talk about what's happening in your neighborhood, what you have questions about, and what you may want us to know that you haven't had a chance to call us on. Because a lot of people lead very busy lives, and this may be one time they can tell us, oh, by the way, last week this happened, because they haven't had a chance to call us. But just getting a hold of us now is a wonderful way to open up those building blocks of information exchange. This is just one more way at Family Night Out that we do that once a year. The biggest two attractions, I'll say, with the police department, one is the State Patrol helicopter, which makes a loud ruckus and throws a lot of dust up when it lands and when it takes off. And it's a great piece of equipment the state of Minnesota has out for us today to look at. It's quite fortunate for us to have this for at least a half hour here in Roseville, pending an emergency call to other parts of the metro, but they're here for about a half hour. It's a lot of money tied up in the state of Minnesota that's actually on a baseball field here in Roseville. The other thing we get a lot of people looking at, it's kids of all ages, especially the kids and then the dads who never really grow up when they look at the canine unit. Roseville has 3 canine teams, 2 of them are here tonight. They give a demonstration of what they can do with scent finds and with apprehensions and what they do. And at the end, the kids and the parents too get a chance to pet the dogs and say hi to the handlers and meet the dogs up close. Because oftentimes they don't meet them ever, because most of our dogs are working when it gets dark out. But here it's light out, you can talk to the officer, talk to the dog, and see that they are just a regular team of a canine and then an officer. So it's a wonderful way. Those are the 2 large displays that we have that attract the most attention.
I'm going to tell you a little bit about some of our equipment we use. My partner Tom Gray is going to do the same. He's going to talk to you about his dog Yager. We have a 3rd dog who isn't here tonight. John Jorgensen has canine Otis, and they have the night off. So basically I'm going to go through some of our equipment that we use. This is kind of the nuts and bolts of why these dogs do what they do. It's for rewards, it's for play, it's for fun. They have no hard feelings against bad guys. They know they're going to get a reward at the end of finding someone. They really like the bite sleeve, which we'll do a little bit of stuff with the bite sleeve and the bite suit later. We're going to do a couple demos for you as well. During real dangerous situations, much like we wear body armor, we like to protect our dogs with body armor as well. This is Seeger's old vest, and actually we've recently had a generous donation by the Canine Foundation, the Roseville Police Foundation, and he actually has a new vest coming in. We'll talk about that at a different time. But we do try to protect them just like we protect ourselves. These dogs are willing to go into any situation for us, so we protect them as well. They're just like one of our partners. We have several different style leashes we can use, long lines, short lines. It totally depends on the scenario or the type of call we're on. That's what kind of outlines how we go into a call.
So I'm Officer Gray. I've been with the department for just under 11 years. And this is my canine partner, Yager. It's more about him than it is me, so I'll talk about him. He is a 2.5-year-old German Shepherd. He is from Slovakia. I don't know if she covered why we're getting dogs imported, but dogs are imported because of the bloodlines and just the way they are, the way they're trained over there. See, he loves toys. This are his toys, and he's gonna walk around. He's gonna try to grab every toy he sees until he finds the next best thing. So this might be a little more difficult for me because he's so excited. And we just graduated last year's class, so we certified for the first time this spring. Went through a trial down in Egan, and he did really well. He has a knack for playing with items and toys, so that's really a huge part of being a good police canine. As you see how he's pushing it to me, he wants me to play and tug with it. So every time I have a toy in his mouth, he jumps up on me and he wants me to play and tug with it. As you can see, he's got a pretty good head shake, and he's if I didn't say he's 2.5 years old, first year on the street, did really well, found some bad guys, and he's also narcotics certified too. So he has found he's found some narcotics in houses, and he's found them in cars. So what they do is, my dog is passive. And passive means when he walks around a vehicle to find drugs, he'll smell some kind of drug and he will sit. And that indicates that there is some kind of drug inside the car. He'll also do the same thing inside the car. Much more difficult in a tight, confined space, but he does a pretty good job. He doesn't like the inside of cars as much, but he does really well on the outside. So it's amazing how a dog can smell the inside of a car from the outside. It's amazing. They can smell through all the other smells, the food and everything that's inside, and they'll smell the drugs. But if that's the chance you're taking by carrying around drugs in your car, these guys have super noses. Their noses are amazing. Sometimes it amazes me, and I've done this. This is my third dog, my second dog in Roseville. If you didn't know, my last dog's name was Tasco, and he passed away a couple years ago. And I ended up getting Yager. I guess we're going to try to take his toy away, so we'll see how this goes. He's actually he behaves really well, and he'll out when I tell him to out, but he'll go after it real hard too when I tell him to. Good, go. All right.
So this scenario they're setting up here is somebody who just doesn't want to go with the program. They're probably a violent felon, somebody who may very well be armed, And it's a situation where it's safer for us to send the dog up to the car into what we call the unknown than for officers to go up into that unknown.
Bad guys, step out of the car! Step back out of the car! Let me see your hands! Please, stand on your hands! Let me see your hands! Get out of the car! Warning, dog will fight you! Warning, you wicked bitch!
Oh, looks like we have a little problem here.
See your hands! Get out of the car! Stop resisting!
The only thing I can add to this is just one official way to get to know your neighbors, to get to know your city, to get to know your county and your state. Just take the time to say hi to your neighbor as they drive in. Often, most of us in the suburbs, we drive in our driveway, we open up the garage door, we shut the garage door. We never exchange glances or high fives or anything with our neighbors like we did back in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. Now this is a commuter world we live in. It's a 24/7 operation, so sometimes you're working, your neighbors are sleeping, and then you're sleeping and they're working. This is just one chance to say, hey, I know you, you're in my neighborhood, I'll look out for your house, you look out for mine, we'll all get together. This is just one more way for people to get to do that in an official function.